Are you serious? Are you serious? We have breaking news. Breaking news this morning. There has been an assassination attack. I repeat, an assassination attack in Somalia. I want to thank Nick of New York for this report. But Somalia's Al-Qaeda linked Al-Shabaab is the name of this terrorist organization. They're called themselves Al-Shabaab. They're linked to Al-Qaeda. The rebels launched a major suicide attack today against the heavily fortified presidential palace in Somalia, home of the country's internationally backed government, according to police and witnesses. A huge car bomb exploded at the perimeter of the central Mogadishu complex, and a group of around a dozen suicide attackers breached the Villa Somalia compound. Shabaab rebels immediately claimed responsibility. Now, the UN Special Envoy to Somalia said the country's president, Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, had telephoned to say he was unharmed in the attack against the complex, one of the best defended locations in this war-torn nation of Somalia. And we know a lot of Christians are also get killed in Somalia because of these radical Islamic Muslim militant groups such as Al-Shabaab. Now, initial reports are that a suicide car bomber hit the gate and exploded. Then men with guns followed in behind it, according to police officer Mohammed Ali. Also, another source said he saw at least 9 gunmen make the attack. An official source says that Somalia's former deputy intelligence chief, Mohammed Nur Sherbo, and Mohammed Abdul, a close aide to the prime minister, both of these men were among the dead. Desperate, violent terrorists have staged a failed attack, said National Security Minister Hassoun Ghalid. And he told reporters the complex has been sealed off by Somali troops and soldiers who are members of the African Union force fighting the Shabaab. Also, things are back to normal, and the security forces are in full control of the situation, according to a military spokesman. So, an assassination attempt trying to overrun the presidential palace was Al-Qaeda's Muslim militant cousins, Al-Shabaab, but they have failed with their suicide car bomb and 9 gunmen that followed. They have failed. And so, Somalian President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud has survived, he is alive, and the government remains intact. This is just some of the things. Again, we're talking distress of nations. Today, on our broadcast, we will talk about the comet Linear and its approach to the Earth. It won't hit the Earth. Don't worry, it's not going to hit the Earth. It's bringing a lot of meteorites with it. We're going to have a definite meteor shower. Huge. Matter of fact, NASA says maybe the largest meteor shower we've ever seen, and it will be seen on May 24th over Canada and the United States of America. The same day that Comet Linear comes within 1 million miles of the Earth, the closest a comet ever has come toward the Earth, according to NASA. That is the same day that Pope Francis I will step and walk in the streets of Jerusalem. Will that also be the day that the covenant signed, the peace agreement, will it get signed that day? It is in the middle of the 4 blood moons. We're going to keep a close watch on all that. We'll be talking about it. Now, the Bible says in Luke, in 21:25, there shall be signs in the sun. And the sun's got a lot of solar flares and filaments and a lot of CMEs. We've been hit with 2 major CMEs the last 24 hours. There will be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars with distress of nations. And here it is. Again, Ukraine and now Somalia. Both are nations where their people or radical groups, as it relates to Somalia, are trying to overthrow the presidents. So distress of nations with perplexity, and the sea and the waves roaring. And we know we've been seeing that for sure in the United Kingdom, as they've had 5 storms since October hit the UK coastline with winds of over 100 miles an hour. I think there were 13 tornadoes yesterday in Illinois, and there was about 2 or 3 that not a lot of great damage, but there was 2 or 3 that hit in Indiana. So just let's keep watching these things as we're living in the last days. Please give your life to Jesus Christ. We're running out of time.